welcome to a new episode of Football and F1 Show. As today I am gonna make my predictions for the this upcoming Premier League season 25-26 season. So let's get started. The season is gonna start very soon of the Premier League. So let's get started. Obviously, you've got the teams who are challenging for the title, the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, maybe Chelsea as well. Liverpool, obviously, the reigning Premier League champions, who obviously won the Premier League last season. They've strengthened massively, bringing players the likes of Ekiteke, Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, and potentially Alexander Isak. Selling players as well, which they made benefit of it, because that's why they are stable in PSR things, etc. So they've had a very good transfer window, but obviously they needed one more attack because they've sold a couple of attackers, like of Diaz and Darwin Nunes. So they need one more attack. Alexander Isak to to complete to limit the low number of attackers, because you put Florian Wirtz, Gakpo, Salah, and Ekiteke, on the bench you've got only one attack, and they've got only one attacker, like Crystal Palace game on Community Shield. They had only one, a proper attacker who was Kaiser. So I think clearly Liverpool need one more, as Virgil van Dijk said, but they've had a very good transfer window. They're for sure up there to win the title. However, I would say there is going to be more expectations on Slot to deliver the season, because last season we didn't expect much of Liverpool on the Slot, especially first season, replacing Jurgen Klopp, no many signings, and he went on to win the league. Now the expectations and the pressure will increase for Slot, and more signings. Liverpool made some great signings, spending a lot of money. So there's going to be more expectations of him to deliver this season. So can he cope with the new incomings, etc.? Let's see. But he's for sure he has to deliver. He done a very fantastic job last season, winning the Premier League, with what he dealt with. But he's been given the funds this transfer window, and rightly so. But he needs to deliver. So yeah, and has to for sure challenge for all funds, because that's what Liverpool should do, right? So yeah. Manchester City, they've made some very good signings, nullifying the weaknesses they had the season before. Obviously, they've made a lot of those signings they've made was like in January transfer, the likes of Kuzanov, Marmoush, etc. But they've strengthened more in this summer transfer window, signing Regenders, who's a quality player, James Trafford, the goalkeeper, replacing Ederson, Aid Nouri, Cherky, who's a top quality player as well. So City have made some very good signings. They're gonna have Rodri back from an injury, which is like a signing. I know he got injured again against Al Hilal, which is gonna be back mid-September, but he should be fully fit by then. So City, they've had a very good transfer window. Maybe they need another defender, maybe like a right back or something, because in the right back position, they've got the likes of Mateus Nunes and Rico Lewis playing in that position, so that could be a weak link in that position for Manchester City. So yeah, but they've had a very good transfer window. I think this should be a season where it should be like a redemption season, I think, for City. And Pep Guardiola is good in this kind of things. I think in Pep Guardiola's career, he's never gone back-to-back seasons where he hasn't won a league title. When he lost a league title, he always able to come back to win it next year. When Liverpool won it years ago on the club, he came back and won it next year. When Chelsea won it with Antonio Conte, he came back next year and he won it, Pep Guardiola. So I think I think that this should be like a redemption season for Manchester City. They should be. They look like motivated. Look, they're fired up. They want to get that Premier League title back. So yeah, for sure they're up there, and I think too many people are rising in them off. Too many people are focused on, oh, it's between Liverpool, Arsenal, and too many people are forgetting Manchester City. They're forgetting the experience of Pep Guardiola winning titles after titles after titles, and Manchester City as well, who was the juggernaut. Has been for many seasons, winning lots of Premier League titles. So yeah, Arsenal, they've made some good incomes. From, especially in the player's point of view, bringing Gyökeres, a top striker, very good striker, um, and also they've made some very good signings. Norgard, Madueke. It's not signing what they needed, but okay. But the main signing they brought in, Kepa, etc. But the main signing they brought in is Gyökeres, and he's a top quality striker for sure. All the problems we've been saying about Arsenal is that they need a top level striker, top level striker. They need that. They need a top level striker, and they've signed finally Gyökeres. So it should give them a better chance to challenge and fight for the title and win the title. There should be no more excuses for Arsenal right now. We've had excuses in the past about, oh, injuries, referees. We don't have a clinical striker. Now they have everything. Now there should be no excuses for them at all. And they have to challenge for the title, because last season, let's be honest, they didn't challenge for the title. They didn't challenge Liverpool till the end. Okay, they finished second, but they didn't challenge Liverpool till the end. So they have to challenge for the titles this season, and they also have to win a trophy. The pressure is going to be high on Arteta, because if he doesn't win a trophy again this season, questions over his future will raise more and more. So he has to win a trophy, considering, like, since he came to the club he spent nearly like $1 billion, something like that. So yeah, Chelsea, they've made some good transferable business. They're gonna they're gonna bring a defender from Ajax. They've signed players like attackers like João Pedro, and also Liam Delap. However, they've suffered a big injury from Louis Colwell. Who's absolutely fantastic. He's a fantastic defender. Who was fantastic in the Club World Cup, I thought, with Chelsea. So it's a big setback for Chelsea that he got injured. But that means they maybe need another defender. And I still think they need a goalkeeper, because I don't think Sanchez is good enough to lead Chelsea to challenging for the title. But yeah, they've made some good transfer business, but I still think they needed another defender, because obviously that injury from Colwell, and they need a goalkeeper if they want to challenge for the title. But they've done really well in the transfer window so far. So yeah, but still the transfer window is still open. Anything can happen. Other teams like Manchester United, they've made some very good signings, like said Benjamin Sesko, Matheus Cunha, Mbuemo. They've had a decent transfer window, Manchester United. And listen, United should be able to improve from last season. They finished 15th, so they can't get worse for United. They shouldn't have to improve. Yeah, Tottenham. Yeah, they won the Europa League, but they had a disaster Premier League season, finishing 17th. But with new manager, they've made signings, signing Paulinho and Mohamed Kudus. Again, Tottenham should improve. They can't get worse than last season in terms of league position. So yeah, and you've got other teams like Newcastle, who they've not had a great transfer window at all. They've signed Ramsdale and Arsene Wenger, and also they're going to sign a defender. But they've not had from AC Milan, but they've not had a good transfer. They're trying to sign so many players, but a lot of them have rejected Newcastle. So it's not been a good transfer window. Yeah, they've managed to keep some of their best players like Bruno Guimaraes, but it's not been a good transfer window for Newcastle at all. Aston Villa, they've not made many signings due to PSR, but they've managed to keep some good players. The top player, the best players. And yeah, that's it. And obviously you've got the promoted teams likes of Leeds United, Sunderland, Burnley. Sunderland have been good signs like bring Grant Xhaka, but I still think they go, defensively they I think they'll struggle. The attackers level are not that great. Burnley, I mean, they've got Scott Parker as their manager, who's been relegated a couple of times. But let's see how this pans out for them. Leeds United, obviously great to see Leeds United back in the Premier League. Obviously they're a huge club, fantastic club with fantastic fan base, rude fan base at times it can be, but great club, great fan base, great and yeah, great history they've got. So yeah, great to see them back in the Premier League. Um, and yeah, my predictions. I'm gonna make my predictions now. And yeah, sorry. I also is Fulham. They've had a very disaster transfer window, like the least spent Premier League club. And according to reports, Marco Silva is frustrated by the lack of signings, and his chances of staying at Fulham for much longer is very slim. So you can see the fans and the manager not happy. But yeah, let's move on to our predictions. My prediction, I think the team is going to win the Premier League. I think Manchester City. I think they will win the Premier League. I think City and Guardiola will be very fired up to get that Premier League title back, and I think they'll win the Premier League. They'll get back the Premier League title that Liverpool took them last season. Liverpool will be very strong. Liverpool will be very competitive. I expect Arsenal to be up there as well. Chelsea, not for now. But if they bring in a goalkeeper and another centre back, then yeah, maybe. But I think City will win the Premier League. I think they've made some good signings. They've sorted out the weaknesses they had last season. Maybe the right back link could be a weak link for the City. But except that, I think City should crack on and have a very very good season. I expect them to win the Premier League and get that Premier League title back. And I think they will be fired up, very motivated, and very. And they will be much better than last season, that's for sure. So I think they'll get able to get that Premier League title back. Second position, I'm going for Liverpool. Third position, I'm going for Arsenal. Fourth position, Chelsea. Fifth position, it's difficult because you got Newcastle, you got Man United, you got Tottenham, you got Aston Villa. I'm going for fifth. I think if Isak stays at Newcastle, then I'll stay. I'll say Newcastle fifth, but I don't think he's gonna stay. I don't think so. I'm going for fifth, Man United. Sixth position, Newcastle. Seventh position, Tottenham, and eighth position, Aston Villa. I think Champions League, obviously the top four teams: Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, and the Man United. Europa League, Europa League, Newcastle United, and the Conference League, Tottenham Hotspur. Eighth position, I don't think it gets any European football, so I don't think Aston Villa will get European football. That's my prediction. And the teams will be relegated. I'm going for all the teams that were promoted: Leeds United, Burnley, and Sunderland. Like, promoted teams always seem to do poorly when it comes to the Premier League, as it showcases in the last 2 seasons. Top scorer, I'm going for Erling Haaland. Best player of the season, I'm going for Mohamed Salah. I expect him to have another great season. And I expect top scorer, top scorer Haaland, best player Mohamed Salah, and the most assists I'm actually going the most assists for Cole Palmer. I think he will get the most assists. I really do think so. So that's it, guys. Thank you. I wish you have a nice day. See you next time, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye.